Welcome to Echoes of Bharat.
Welcome back to another explainer. All right, today we're jumping right into a structure that, well, honestly, it completely defies logic. What if I told you that over a millennium ago, ancient Indian architects built a massive granite complex so incredibly advanced that modern engineers are literally still trying to wrap their heads around how they pulled it off? We're talking about the Brihadeeswarar Temple in Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu. It's not just a building, it's this absolute masterpiece where art, cutting-edge ancient science, deep devotion, and some serious mysteries all just perfectly collide.
So let's address the elephant in the room. And yeah, pun absolutely intended. Look at the sheer scale of this place. How in the world do you build a massive, towering granite temple without cranes? Seriously, how do people achieve this level of monumental architecture 1,000 years ago without heavy diesel machinery, hydraulic lifts, or modern steel tools? Just how?
Okay, let's dive into this. When we think about construction today, our brains immediately go to cranes, pouring concrete, and all that loud, heavy machinery, right? It's kind of impossible for us to picture it any other way. But when you contrast our modern reliance on machines with the astonishing 11th century reality, it's just wild. These ancient builders utilized literal armies of elephants, massive kilometer-long earthen ramps, and a brilliant system of precisely interlocking stones. They weren't fighting nature to build this, they actually used nature to pull off the impossible.
Section 1. An ancient engineering marvel. The impossible scale.
1,000. The Brihadeeswarar Temple is over 1,000 years old. I mean, just pause and think about the sheer timeline of human history for a second. Think about all the empires that have risen and fallen, all the natural disasters, the centuries of changing climates, and through literally all of that, this incredible UNESCO World Heritage Site, deeply dedicated to Lord Shiva, has stood completely tall, just utterly defying the test of time.
Section 2. The mighty Chola Empire, a civilization of builders.
The absolute mastermind behind this whole shebang was the great South Indian king, Raja Raja Chola I, and the temple was completed right around 1010 CE. Now, he wasn't just building your standard local place of worship here. He was making a profound statement. He wanted to construct a monument that perfectly symbolized both the unparalleled glory of his reign and his absolute, unwavering devotion to Lord Shiva.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how incredibly powerful the Chola Empire was. They weren't just some regional player. We're talking immense naval strength, highly advanced architectural techniques, a flourishing culture of arts, and massive trade networks reaching all across Asia. They were truly a global powerhouse of their time, and they poured all of that wealth, knowledge, and capability directly into this very temple.
But here is where the story takes a really shocking geographical twist. The entire structure is made almost completely out of granite. But there are absolutely no granite quarries anywhere near Tanjavur. Zero. Which means that these massive, heavy stones, weighing several tons each, had to be transported from extremely long distances. Over 1,000 years ago, the level of logistics, the planning, the sheer human effort required just to get the materials to the building site, it's honestly unimaginable.
Section 3. The massive granite tower. Unlocking the secrets of the Vimana.
So the Vimana is the gigantic main tower of the temple, and it shoots up a staggering 216 feet into the air. To put that into perspective, back when it was constructed, this was one of the tallest temple towers anywhere in the entire world. When you stand right at the base and just look up, the sheer vertical drop of that carved granite is absolutely awe-inspiring. So, the crucial point is this. Sitting at the absolute pinnacle of that 216-foot Vimana is a single stone cap. And get this, that stone cap weighs an unbelievable 80 tons. Yeah, you heard that right, 80 tons, sitting way up in the air. Historians and engineers have debated for decades about exactly how ancient workers managed to lift a stone of that immense weight to such a crazy height.
The most widely accepted explanation we have today is the popular ramp theory. To visualize this, picture step 1, workers building a massive, gently inclined earthen ramp that actually stretches several kilometers away from the base of the temple. Then, step 2, utilizing thousands of workers, thick ropes, log rollers, and the raw pushing power of elephants, they slowly and painstakingly roll this 80-ton stone upward, inch by inch, until it finally reaches the top. The sheer organization required to orchestrate that is just mind-blowing. Section 4. 4 fascinating temple mysteries, secrets carved in stone.
Fact 1 is the shadow mystery. There's this famous visual phenomenon where, right at high noon, the massive shadow of the Vimana appears almost entirely invisible on the ground. Now, experts can totally explain this scientifically through the specific angles of the sunlight and the precise tiered geometry of the tower itself, but seeing this illusion in person, it feels completely magical. It shows a truly masterful understanding of light and geometry.
Fact 2. The giant Nandi. Guarding the temple is this absolutely enormous sacred bull statue. And what makes this so breathtaking is that the massive figure is carved flawlessly out of one single solid piece of stone. It weighs around 20 tons and features this incredibly smooth finish with stunning, intricate detailing that is somehow still sharp after 10 whole centuries.
Fact 3. The ancient paintings. Tucked away on the inner temple walls are these beautifully preserved Chola-era frescoes. They aren't just decorations, they're a vibrant 1,000-year-old window right into the past. They reveal incredible details about ancient Indian clothing, dynamic dance forms, and deep spiritual traditions.
Now, what's really interesting is fact 4, no modern cement. Remember that 216-foot granite tower? It was built without a single drop of modern cement. The whole structure was created using a brilliant system of interlocking stones. It's literally like a giant high-stakes ancient puzzle. Because they use this interlocking technique, the stones can actually shift slightly. And that is exactly why the temple has survived a millennium of severe weather and earthquakes without crumbling to the ground.
Section 5. A living spiritual wonder, beyond the stone architecture.
Because, unlike a lot of ancient ruins that are basically just quiet museums today, the Brihadeeswarar Temple is vibrantly alive. The daily worship rituals you'd see today continue exactly as they did centuries ago. During festivals, the entire complex is illuminated by thousands of glowing lamps. Combine that with the ringing of temple bells, traditional music, and sacred chants echoing off those granite walls, it creates this feeling of intense divine peace. Visitors almost always say it doesn't feel like visiting a monument. It literally feels like stepping directly into another era.
Let's see how this all builds to our conclusion. Great civilizations leave behind not only monuments, but timeless wonders. This temple is absolute, undeniable proof of just how incredibly advanced ancient Indian civilization truly was. It's a masterpiece that is still inspiring modern architects, historians, and spiritual seekers from every corner of the globe today.
Which leaves us with the final thought. The next time someone suggests that ancient people lack technology or sophistication, you can just point them straight toward the Brihadeeswarar Temple. It's such a brilliant challenge to our modern arrogance. So, after learning about an 80-ton capstone, earthquake-proof interlocking granite, and ancient frescoes, would you visit this 1,000-year-old marvel? Think about what other hidden histories are out there, just waiting to be explored. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep seeking out the wonders of the world, and I will catch you in the next one.